Yeah, thank you. What is the province doing to increase the number of people in the 80-plus age group, or even 70-plus, to get registered in the online system to make sure they get their second dose? It seems as though there's still some confusion about the fact that people who got the first dose before April 15th still need to register in the system, and especially for the elderly who may not be as tech-savvy to do so online, perhaps. Is the province doing anything to help that, or is that a concern right now?
Yeah, so we knew how many people, and there is a group of people who we knew weren't in our system, and many of them, as you say, were people who received their vaccine before the registration system was up and fully running on about the 15th of April. So we have been trying to put that message out in many different venues to people, making sure that if you aren't registered, that you can go in now and check if you haven't received an invite. Particularly for people 70 and over, you should have received an invite by now. So if you haven't, you can call in, you can register again and make sure that it's in there. And yes, it's not 100% perfect, and I've heard that from many people, that sometimes there's errors, and we try and work with you to fix those. With 3 million people receiving vaccines, sometimes these happen, but they're relatively small. The other thing that we've done is sent out by mail information to everybody who received their vaccine. So we do have people's vaccine history and their mailing address. What we don't have for some people is a simple way, a telephone number or a text for them to get their invitation. So please reach out to the elders and seniors in your life and check with them whether they've received the invite for their second dose. They won't get it until at least 8 weeks after dose 1. So for people who received it in January and February, and particularly in March, that is coming up. So check with them, and if you're unsure, you can call that number, or you can go on and register again, and the system will let you know if you're in there.
Tanya, do you have a follow-up?
Yes, please. And for my colleagues, if we could get an answer in French to both responses would be great. Thanks. Can you elaborate on the direction for second doses from pop-up clinics, and especially for people who went to one of those recent neighborhood clinics, I think they were in Surrey, where no booking was needed and entire families were invited to show up on site with no appointment necessary? Were they automatically entered into the online registration system?
Yeah, they were. So they are all registered. They were registered and received their vaccine and the booking on the same day. So those people are all in our system and will be, when their time comes up for dose 2, they'll receive notification through the system. So yes, those were, this is how I can tell you that most of the people who received AstraZeneca, over 80%, are in our system as well, because they were registered either through the workplace clinic or through the pharmacies into the system. So yes, those people were registered.
And just for your information in English, Tanya, yesterday the highest group of people registered yesterday were 80 plus, followed by 75 to 79, followed by the 70 to 74. And if we look at everyone across all registrations, currently the second highest group in terms of percentage of those registered is 70 to 74. 75 to 79 is growing as well. So I think people are getting the message, and in fact a very significant share of those who registered yesterday were over 70, and so I think people are getting the message and getting registered in those categories.